Call the North Plains City Council session back into session. We have already said the Pledge of Allegiance. We have modified our agenda so that resolution 2365 is moved to new business. We'll begin with public comment. Ross, can you start us off?
I can. The first card I have is Cindy Hurst. From 31817 Northwest Lennox Street. Counselor, if I may, point of order, do you have a time limit set for these presentations?
Thank you for the reminder. I will time it for 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good evening. Before I start, I just want to ask you again, please pull the microphones up to you. I'm partially deaf and I can hardly hear you. Okay. Thank you for providing residents with insight into how the council intends to address the governance challenges facing our city. Giving the importance of these issues, a transition or succession plan should have been publicly discussed at a city council meeting directly after the city manager resigned on June 18th. During the 2024 election, 4 council candidates expressed their intent to replace the city manager. Since taking office in January 2025, the city manager's employment has been a recurring topic, and the toxic work environment created by the council has ultimately led to the city manager's resignation, along with the public works director and the library services director. If this outcome was foreseeable, the council had 19 months to put together and communicate a succession plan. Since June 18th, who has been responsible for key administrative decisions? It is difficult to believe these matters have not been discussed among council members, yet the public has not had an opportunity to observe, participate in those discussions. How many meetings have been held regarding these issues since June 18th? How many emails or other communications have been exchanged? Most importantly, how have decisions been made if not through public deliberation? Councilors Hagedorn, DeForge, Weber, and Warrington, the public deserves to understand the extent to which outside advocacy organizations, including Friends of North Plains Smart Growth, 1,000 Friends of Oregon, CPO 8, and Strong Towns North Plains have influenced council decision-making, particularly given that many of their members do not reside in the city of North Plains. In any professional organization, a leadership transition of this magnitude without a clear and publicly communicated plan would raise serious concerns about accountability and governance. The council's continued silence is unacceptable. The residents of North Plains deserve clear answers and transparent decision-making. Thank you.
The next one that I received is an online, and I'm not quite certain how that works. And it's Linda Merton from Strong Towns North Plains.
So Brianna, I think you would unmute Linda and allow her to comment.
Hello.
Hi, Linda, we can hear you.
Okay. Is it okay for me to comment now?
Please go ahead, Brenda.
All right. So good evening, Council. My name is Linda Gallus Merton, as you know, representing Strong Towns North Plains with members throughout 97133. Strong Towns would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for your unwavering commitment and resilience during these challenging times. The recent spate of resignations has undoubtedly tested your leadership and fortitude, yet you have determination.
Linda, you may have to repeat that. We can't hear you.
How do I turn up? All right, let me try to repeat which part, the recent spate. Should I start there?
10 seconds.
Okay, so the recent spate of resignations has undoubtedly tested your leadership and fortitude. Yet you have navigated these changes with grace and determination. Your ability to maintain a focus on the community's needs while ensuring continuity in governance is commendable. It's reassuring to know that our city is in capable hands and your dedication does not go unnoticed. Thank you for your hard work and for prioritizing the well-being of our community, even in these trying circumstances and in the face of those who want nothing more than to demean your work. We applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next name that I have is Emily Waldron from 14440 Northwest Mason Hill Road.
Okay, this.
Oh,
I don't know either.
Yeah, the recorder should have it, just past, or. Brianne, is that last person you
They are now.
Hi, then, okay, I hope we can turn that on. Hello, my name is Emily Waldron. I am a resident of 97133, a third generation, very involved North Plains rural resident. I come from a long line of family who's been involved and know a lot of the Real Housewives of North Plains crew behind me. Today, I would first of all like to say thank you for your perseverance in wading through a mess. I have experience working as a clinician in the mental health world. And whenever people are dealing with problems and years of rug sweeping, it's really hard to rock the boat because everyone wants you to steady the boat and keep the status quo. However, you all are rocking the boat to make a change and realize that we need a better course and direction for this city. So I want to say thank you for that because it's hard. The next thing is I have been hearing for years now from the previous counselors, from ex-counselors who are behind me, from counselors who are running for office and everyone, that all of this push for growth in North Plains is not about data centers. It's not about the, we had the cute little stunt that our former city manager pulled of trying to look up data center, how many times it's in the different economic development analyses and all different things. So with everyone apparently on all sides trying to tell me it's not about data centers, I, through my work with Oregon Data Center Defiance, brought you a draft resolution, a draft ordinance saying that we're going to ban data centers from the city of North Plains. So we never have a data center. So any growth that we then take after this is not going to be about data centers. If everyone says it's not about it, I'd like to see us put our money where our mouth is and put it in city code that we're not about data centers and our growth is going to be growth that serves our community, whether it's our housing needs, our commercial needs, or any employment needs that we may see in the future. So it's been written up. I know there's employment shortages. I didn't want to have to wait for you all to appoint a new planning director. If you like it, please, I hope you send it to the attorney so she can read through it and make the edits. And then you all can decide in the next month if you would like to adopt it as a resolution. Thank you.
Next one up is Jacqueline Hunt from 32, looks like 790 Northwest Peaceful Lake.
Hello, good evening, counselors. Thank you.
Could you pull the microphone for you?
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
I'm here to provide an update in the North Plains Volunteer Network. So as a reminder, this is an initiative, a nonprofit being run under the auspices of the North Plains Senior Center. It's a program to build a network that helps neighbors become connected through acts of service. Its goal is to reduce loneliness, strengthen neighborhoods, and create relationships that support people being able to age more safely and independently in their own community. By way of an update, I wanted to share that we have started, we are in the window of the annual grant for CDBG. And thank you again, Councilor Ugardi, for participating in that selection process. So we have received funding through Washington County. With that funding, we've been able to hire a coordinator, a part-time coordinator. So we're really fortunate to find someone who's very experienced in social work, CDB grants specifically, grant making and program development. We have also kicked off our advisory group and had our first meeting. Our next meeting is coming up this month, and I would welcome members of the community who want to get involved or have a special interest to join our advisory group. And it's also exciting to learn that we have been selected in the second round of the Portland State University Computer Science Capstone Project. So that means we have a team of 5 talented computer science scientists who are on the verge of graduation, who will spend the next 6 months further developing our platform in partnership with us. So wanted to share some good news as we look to building a stronger community through volunteerism. Thank you.
The next name is Lisa Fry from 31640 Northwest Cottage Street.
Council, I'm Lisa Fry. I'm a resident of North Plains. And I wanted to come briefly.
Oh, your mic, I'm sorry.
I wanted to come briefly today, just on behalf of the Economic Development Commission, which I am the chair of. Just ask for the city to think ahead about what are your plans for the commissions and these volunteer organizations that are still established and would like to continue to work on behalf of the city. You know, we were in the midst of trying to get some initiatives off the ground, including trying to get a passport program to support our local businesses off the ground. And I just asked the city council to think ahead about how can we continue to meet as commissions under the proper rules and procedures of the city. We want to make sure that we are following procedure, and right now we haven't been able to do that. And also, what kind of support can we expect as commissions as we are trying to go forward with some of our initiatives and the things that we're trying to do to help our residents and our businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
The last name I have is Tara Van Dyke, 10405 Northwest, looks like Main Street.
I think you also have Elizabeth as an online comment. Is that right?
Yes, I do. I'll give you that next.
Okay.
Good evening, members of the city council. My name is Tara Van Dyke. It is on Main Street. I'm a lifelong resident of North Plains. I'm speaking tonight regarding resolution 2364 and the upcoming process to fill the vacant council seat left by Mayor Dumbro's resignation. Our city is currently navigating a very delicate transition between ongoing leadership turnover, questions surrounding administrative stability, and broader community concerns about how City Hall is functioning. Every decision this council makes right now is being heavily scrutinized. How this vacancy is handled will either help heal the division that is currently in our town or continue to deepen it. Under our city charter and a council manager form of government, the lines between governance and administration need to be fiercely protected. Elected officials are here to set policy, manage oversight, and represent the community's voice, not to blur operational boundaries. When roles get crossed, public trust suffers. With multiple council seats facing upcoming election cycles and significant community conversations happening about the direction of our city, it's critical that the council proceeds with an abundance of caution, transparency, and respect for public trust. Rushing major appointments during a period of administrative instability risks creating the perception of an appointment process that lacks broad community mandate. I urge the council to carefully weigh the long-term impacts of filling the seat right now to ensure maximum transparency in any selection criteria and to prioritize restoring faith in our local leadership. North Plains deserves a stable, transparent government where the community's voice is respected at every step. Thank you for your time and your service to our city.
The next one I have is Elizabeth O'Gagnon, and doesn't have an address at this point. It's online.
Do you see Elizabeth?
I don't see any users named Elizabeth.
Might be under Happy Play. There.
I guess you could ask if there's anybody out there right now that wants to comment.
There is a citizen with their hand up. I don't know if they need to submit their comment before.
I believe our procedure is we need to submit comments by 3 p.m. for online or fill out the card sheet. So I think I think we should allow Elizabeth to comment if she's there. I see our city attorney getting her microphone ready.
I agree.
Okay, so I think I'm going to move along if I don't see Elizabeth on you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
should rename themselves or unmute. Yeah.
Yep,
they-
okay, I'm gonna move to the next agenda item then, so that concludes public comment. Thank you for your help, Ross.
Okay.
Agenda item 9 is resolutions. Resolution 2364, a resolution of the city of North Plains declaring a city council vacancy.
I have no staff report for you this evening. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think you just vote to accept the resignation. Mr. Dunbar.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty standard, we're handling it in a standard way. We accept the resignation. We're going to post the job in the local newspaper.
Yes.
We allow 2 weeks for it to be posted. Anyone can apply for it during this application period, and then the council will consider it at a future date.
Yes.
I think, I'll just toss out for discussion, one of the things that would benefit the city, I think, is clarity around application dates so that everyone has a very good understanding about when the city would accept applications and the last day to accept applications. So I'll toss that out there for consideration. But at this point, is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, would anyone like to make a motion?
For Weber, I would make a motion that we would approve resolution number 2364.
Okay. I have a second.
Second.
Second from Councilor Warrington. Any discussion before we have a vote? All those in favor of approving resolution number 2364, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
sorry, but acting Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I think the 26th looks like the date that I would propose we close any applications for the position.
Okay, the 26th.
Yes, that's 2 weeks plus a day.
So the,
You just have to set loose.
the code requires that,
public notice via posting of advertisements in designated local posting locations, city website, and in the newspaper of general circulation, and then the deadline must be at least 2 weeks after the notice. So the notice, I don't know which newspaper, which
Hillsborough News Times is the city of record for us.
paper of record. Okay, so I don't know when their next available time to post would be.
Yes.
So it
So
would be 2 weeks, once a day.
We'll
after.
post it on the city website. We'll
We
make
will.
sure it's clearly on the city website.
thank you, Emily. That's a good clarification. Okay, any further comment before I move on to the next agenda item? Okay. Moving on to number 10, unfinished business. There's none.
If I may, point of order, we
Yes, sir.
have the check signing that we need to. New business, we moved it, a new business.
Yes, so, thank you. So that was unfinished business item 10. Now we're moving to new business. For 11, where we are going to discuss resolution 2365. So Councilor Warrington, you wanted to have a discussion. Would you like to kick us off?
Sure, I just have. Counselor Warren here, just had a question on resolution 2365, because it lists those 6 areas in which people could endorse it. I'm just questioning if there's a city policy in place or hierarchy here, or because it appears to me that this paper is saying anybody that's listed here can at any time endorse a check. So I'm wondering if there's policy on some hierarchy involved. If the mayor can't do it, then this, and then this, and then this. So we have a clear path on how to endorse checks in case people go on vacation.
So, go ahead, Ross.
I have no policy that I know of. Not that there maybe isn't one there. Do you have a lecture as council? How that should work?
So can I toss out a thought here? So I believe that there is a policy and that, you know, when Bill and Robin were here, they would coordinate absences. And so I feel pretty confident that this is controlled. But I want to respect the timeliness of this resolution, but also accommodate Councilor Warrington. Do you have any suggestions about how we could provide assurance? Would it be okay to proceed with a resolution and then provide feedback to the council about councilor's concern?
We could certainly make up an administrative policy and bring that back to council, but go forward with the signature authority right now. Would that satisfy?
Agreed.
Would that be acceptable to the council?
Yes.
Yes, and this is Counselor Ugarte. I just wanted to chime in as well. You know, as we're having this discussion, I'm trying to look, but I'm not as quick on the search. But you know, resolution number 2300, we discussed last April. So that might have a little bit more insight into kind of the checks and balances. I know Bill always did a great job kind of explaining that tribal knowledge, but I, at a first glance, don't see a clear and concise process when searching. But I did want to mention resolution 2300, maybe just to put a pen in. We might find some more information then.
Thank you, Councilor Ugarte. Is there any further discussion? There's no further discussion. I entertain a motion.
Councilor Weber, I would make a motion for the approval of resolution 2365, authorizing bank signers.
Second.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Warrington. At this point, there's no discussion. All those in favor of approving resolution 2365, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, moving on to item number 12, which is reports, and we amended this to allow council to provide reports to the public and to Ross. Does anyone want to start us off? Let's go. Councilor Warrington, can I pick on you first?
Yes, Counselor Warrington. Just kind of recapping what I have done, since the last council meeting. I did some volunteering at City Hall on 8/3, working with April and Bailey, on the first day of our interim city manager's, day. I didn't spend the whole day or half a day there. I was only, there for just an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because April and Bailey had everything under control. The sign on the door was taken off. They felt that they had enough time to get their work done, and I didn't need to help. So I left, but it was an interesting visit and got to see the building and understand a little bit of the work around there and connect a little bit with city staff. So that was very good. The 7th and 8th, of course, was our Elephant Garlic Festival, where I did some volunteer work. Super hot, but rewarding. Worked a little bit at the food bank, trying to sell some raffle tickets for them. Love to do some more volunteer work for other organizations as well. The Parks and Rec meetings have been canceled, so I didn't have any ex officio meetings. I would like to just call out one time that our last city council meeting, I left the door, I went out the door and was greeted with angry people yelling at me, all the way to my car. So I really want us to do better as a team. We're here working too and trying our best. So if we could all try to get along and not yell at each other outside in the parking lot, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Wilson. Councilor Weber?
Yes, Councilor Weber, the main thing for me is just kudos to the North Plains Events Association. Just the Garlic Festival was wonderful this year. We didn't have the kind of the train issue. I didn't hear any train whistles, which is good. The train stayed away during this Garlic Festival, but it was just wonderfully well run, wonderfully attended. I'm just very aware because I'm out wandering around a lot. The parking is a huge issue to coordinate. There was a wonderful effort to have different parking lots. The other thing, I also attended the parade. Again, wonderfully done. Nice, lots of kids, lots of candy. Then the fire department, they also hosted an open house. Again, it was just a wonderful weekend to have your family out. It was very accessible. You could spend money or not spend money. So anyway, just all those, I realized tremendous amount of work for the Events Association and their helpers. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. My quick update is I volunteered at the Garlic Festival, had a great time, and I really appreciate our staff, Ross, and our councilors that volunteered at the city. Really appreciate your efforts. Up to you, Councilor Ugarte.
Thank you, Councilor Ugarte. I don't have many updates as I have not had any ex officio duties. I do want to say thank you to the North Plains Events Association, Knights of Pythias. Again, another successful Elephant Garlic Festival, and I know that's a ray of positivity that we all needed in our town. So I just want to say thank you for all the behind the scenes work. The other thing I wanted to mention is we heard during public comment a couple questions from residents, and I just wanted to bring that forward to find out if this body would like to discuss that on a future agenda. Specifically, what is the city council's vision for boards and commissions during this transition? What are everyone's thoughts? Do we want to discuss that at a future agenda? Or a meeting, I'm sorry.
I have no objection to that.
Okay.
So perhaps we can have that discussion just regarding a vision for the next 3 months, 90 days. for boards and commissions so that their hard work doesn't falter by the wayside. And then the other question I had that I wanted to discuss during that, and Ross, I see you taking great notes, is just what can we provide for the boards and commissions specifically as council, and what can they expect during this transition? Because I think there's a lot of unanswered questions. So during that meeting, I would just love to have some clear guidelines, vision, again, just for the next 90 days. And then lastly, we also heard public comment regarding data center bans, and I know that's something that we have discussed as a council, and there's been some red tape with getting that pushed through to planning commission and funding. So I just wanted to open that up to see if this is something that maybe not on the next agenda, but in a future agenda, this council would like to discuss pending staff capacity.
Counselor Warrington, I think it's a good idea to discuss. Yeah, there's been mixed communication around that. We're all very unclear around it. So I think it's a good thing to pull in some experts and understand more about it. So not the next meeting because we're booking that one, but in a future one.
Councilor Weber, if possible, I would link that. I think the part that goes with that is where we are on the TGM process, the grant process on prospective growth. And I think that obviously links with the data center resolution discussion. So I would like to see both those things handled in some sort of agenda item.
Councilor Rustin, do you have any thoughts on data center bans or TGM as a future agenda item?
I think we should have it on the agenda.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Rustin, so I've had my first month, so thank you for everyone that's shared your thoughts and ideas with me. It's been a little different than what I was expecting, but I'm enjoying it so far, sort of. But congratulations to the UDC for the Garlic Festival. My wife and I went there Friday and Saturday. Went to the car show. It was a great event, so thank you for that. And Ross, want to thank you for getting the Public Works building opened up as quickly as you did, and all the work that you've done, and in such a short period of time, and lasting for more than a week. I think that's a lot about you. So thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, so we've concluded agenda 12. 13, we're going to adjourn to an executive session under 192.660 to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed.
We have a full script for you to read.
Full script.
I'll send to, do you have an email accessible?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm sending you the script now. Sorry, I apologize for that.
No, that's perfectly fine. I was thinking this was a lot shorter than.
Yeah.
But you know what? Okay. The North Plains City Council will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602H, which allows the council to meet in executive session to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about the subject during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. At the end of the executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. Okay. And the meeting is adjourned.